Now I understand. I've heard people would say that the devil wait until you are at your most vulnerable state. And then that's when, the devil will sort of pounce and sort of pounce and attack like a roaring lion. And, it's mentioned in First Peter 5 verse 8, where it says, be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. So, I never, over the many, many years, I never thought I would, get suicidal thoughts popped into my head. And, it might have been due to depression. That spirit of depression came upon me, and it could be because of long COVID. And the thing is, a lot of people don't realize that long COVID was a real thing. I had COVID. I must have caught COVID about 3 times, and I ended up with long COVID. My missus didn't have it. The kids had COVID, and I was the only one who sort of suffered with long COVID, to the point where I could barely walk up the stairs. I'm walking around, I'm out of breath, like I've just run a marathon or something, and I'm weak. There's times when I'm sort of just trying to get up the stairs and I'm having to stop halfway, take a breather, and then sort of, finish the rest of the journey. I was like that for months, just fatigue, weak. I'm lying down in the couch at times. I did not have any will whatsoever. So it is a real thing. I didn't want to sort of see anyone. I didn't want to socialize. I didn't want sort of to meet up with my family, my sisters, my mom, whoever would have certain gatherings. And I wasn't interested at all. And, it was all because of the constant sort of fatigue. I wanted the feeling to go away. And, at times I would be there lying in the couch and I just wish that I could just go away. I wish I would just be gone with, and just, just gone. And I would be speaking with people and they had no idea what's going on in my head. They would not know what I'm going through. I would turn up to work and everything seems nice and cushy. Marlon always smiling as usual, so he's good. But deep down, I was going through some problems in my mind. I was battling with stuff in my mind. And, we've been given this sort of amazing gift. God made us in his image. So, this is not my life to take. It belongs to God. And just as it says in Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. So I wish I'd known God then, I didn't know God. And for me, luckily, I've got a very strong will, and sometimes it's good when you actually grow up in poverty. I grew up in poverty, living in Jamaica, and it's sort of it can be a positive thing, because it helped to build a strong survival will, and that's the will that I had, because I could have easily just took myself out. I could have just easily decided to go on the other side. Because of my strong will, I was able to sort of held on and just came out. So suicide suicidal thought, it's a serious mental illness. And if you're one of those people that are going through it, I know it's easier said than done, but get support, because not everyone out there have the strong will like me. Some people just have the will to just find it easier to just take themselves out. And that's it. So, there's loads of help that's online. Lots of help. Jesus, he's there. Give him a chance. Give him a chance to come into your heart. Because if I'd known Jesus then, I would have definitely, been taken out of that dark place. I would not be having all those thoughts, came to me, and I'm battling with them. And it's interesting, because I've got kids, I've got a wife, and it's as though those thoughts were just clouding the fact that I've got my kids and my family, a complete, it was clouding those thoughts. So people would think, think about your kids, think about your wife, your family, this and that. It's not like that. It's, you can think about them, but most of the time, those thoughts, those dark thoughts will just come and cloud those positive thoughts. So, get help and stay blessed.